Hello everyone, welcome to Mindspeak on Herald Global. I am Saimik Sen. Joining us today, Ms. Sadiya Siddiqui, an actress celebrated for her versatile roles in film and television. Her compelling performances have earned her recognition and admiration in the entertainment industry. First of all, thank you so much for taking out this time for us. Welcome to Herald Global.
Thank you.
Okay, let me begin by asking you, what made you choose acting as your profession?
I did not choose acting as my profession, actually. The acting as a profession chose me. I never thought of becoming an actress. My mom is a psychotherapist, and I always wanted to be like her and be a psychotherapist.
Okay.
But I was selected against my wishes for a series called Hamrahi.
Okay.
It
Yes.
was on Doordarshan, and I was in school at that time. And I played the character of Anguri, who is a child who gets married.
मैंने बोला था ना बहन जी, उनके बाबूजी ने आपसे मिलने के वास्ते मना कर दिया.
So they were tackling the problem of child marriage.
Okay.
So, and she dies in childbirth.
Okay.
So that was the entire series. And when my character, so I remember they asked me to come for the audition, and I've always been a very shy person. So I went for the audition, but I failed miserably.
Okay.
My audition was that I was supposed to come running from the door, and the director was sitting. They were a couple, so the wife and the husband, they both were sitting, and they come running to us and tell us the wedding you attended last evening and what all did you eat and how was the dulhan, and just tell us the whole thing. So I would come running to them and then stop, and I'll be like, "Nahi, mujhse nahi hoga, mujhse nahi hoga." And 2-3 times this happened, and then last I said, okay, chalo, ye to, malab, they will not leave me if I don't do this, so let me just try and do it. So somehow I just managed to just say whatever. It was a very improvised thing which I had to do. There was no script or anything, so I made up the story and I just told them whatever I could imagine, and I got casted.
Okay.
And this character became a big hit. I mean, I remember when the character dies in the series, I was getting phone calls, letters. I used to get, that time we didn't have social media. So I used to get a sack full of fan mail. And people were crying on the phone, Ki Anguri is dead. My sister went through the same thing and I feel for Anguri and they should bring back Anguri. मतलब इतना ज्यादा हो गया था कि the producers had to bring me back as my twin sister.
Okay.
And twin sister never existed before, but she had to be brought in because there was a huge demand for me to come back. So I did those series, and then I was more interested in studies. So I was concentrating on my studies, and then I went to Mithibai College. I remember when I had gone to the college to get admission, and that is when I had got the call for audition for Banegi Apni Baat. And yeah, fabulous series. But I couldn't go for the audition because I was so busy filling up forms, admission forms, and I was trying in different colleges. So I was, I think, 4 days late. Then finally, I think once Dia called me and she said, "Are you interested or not? We've been calling you. You're not coming for audition." I said, No. I'm just busy with my admission, but I'll come. So the day I got the admission from college, straight I went for the audition, and yeah, they auditioned me for Ria's character. Yeah, but after audition, they decided that I will play Priya. So Priya was Veronica basically, and Ria was Betty. So and they asked me, "What are you?" I said, "I think I'm a mix. I'm quite a rebel also, and I'm cute also." So I got Priya.
तेरे जाने से यहाँ की रौनक ही खत्म हो गई थी और मेरे जाने से अमेरिका में रौनक बढ़ गई थी.
So somehow I started getting work, but it was never that I had decided to be an actor. It just came to me.
So in the process, how was your family in terms of the support system?
Yeah, so the other fact why I kept doing it is my parents had separated when I was very young. I have two brothers who are younger to me. I'm the eldest. So my mom brought us up as a single mother. So there were a lot of challenges. And when I started acting, I started getting paid. So I was in school and I was getting paid. So that was a very big thing. And also, I thought I can help my mother
Of
with
course.
money. So that is one reason why I never stopped. Even if I had never decided to be an actor, but I said I'll keep studying and I will earn money.
Good.
So I continued. So this is how it started, and then at some point, I think बनेगी अपनी बात शुरू हो गया था. I started liking this. And I also wanted to, I was very much interested in psychology. I wanted to be a psychotherapist. And so I majored in psychology in BA. And you study so many problems. So I remember studying a character, a case study, where this woman had problem, like she had these phases where she would just forget who she is, and she will not remember anybody, not even her children, her husband, her house, nothing.
Okay.
And she would just create a name for her. She'll just go to another city and live. And one day I said, wow, this is so interesting. Yeah, I wish I could do that. Just forget about your identity and be someone else and live your life for a
Through
while.
acting, actually, you can do that.
Yes. So I started looking at acting. I said, this is something like that. And I got interested. And then I thought, I want to do theater. Also, in my college, Mithibai College, I passed out from Mithibai College. They had theater, and I was participating in the plays. So I don't know about acting, but it was a lot of fun. Like so many people together, you're singing, you're playing. There was no stress. Like everything else is stressful. Na? Studying is stressful, and in the house you have to like listen to mother, do this, work for like do the housework as well. But the rehearsals were so much fun. So that's when I got interested. And Makran Deshpande used to do rehearsals in my college, one of the rooms.
I wanted to
But
ask you about your mentors in theater itself. So if you can name some, it would be really nice.
Matt is one of them I started my work with. One more thing, when I was acting, I worked with very good directors.
Okay.
So I feel in the beginning, I was not at all trained. I had never done any training, no theater, not read a book. I watched films, but not from that point of view that I want to be an actor. But I had Kundan Shah in Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na. I had, of course, Diya Singh and Tony Singh in television. Then even Hamrahi, I had great co-actors with me. So they were the ones who were like training me, who were telling me how to do it. And maybe I had a little talent, so I could understand also easily, quickly, and apply it. So Mac was rehearsing and he was casting for his new play. I didn't know him, he didn't know me. But he tells me this. He came to the rehearsal to one of the classrooms. So when he was entering, I was quite a rebel actually in my college. So I used to, and lot of my, I had a lot of friends. Though I was a very shy person, but everybody wanted to be in my company. I think because I used to just not do what everybody does, so they they wanted to be with me, I guess. So I used to have my meetings, like whoever wants to meet me can find me in the evening. If you've seen Mithibai College, it's right on the road. So there is a divider, road divider, which has grass in it. Now there are, I think, trees and plants, but that time there was only grass. So I used to sit in that divider, in that gap. There are cars going from the left and the right, and I'm in the middle. So whoever wants to meet me can meet me there, have a meeting
Wow.
there. Why? Today was something. Why would I do that? Maybe it was not so noisy then. So everybody would know that after 5, Sadiya will be found there. So he saw this, Mac, and he found it interesting, and he sent a message that there's a play casting happening and the director wants to meet you. I said, okay. So I went to meet him. There was a little audition piece. I did it just for fun. And he casted me. And the best part was that this play, there were a lot of characters, but I was not playing a character. I was playing emotions. I was playing anger, love, betrayal, hope. So I was only emotions. I was not a character. So that was like awesome for me.
Very interesting.
So I used to tell Mac, I want to come from the ceiling, somehow drop from the ceiling. He's like, okay, try it. How would you do it? So he never stopped me. I used to say, okay, I'm gonna jump and stand on that and land on that chair. He said, okay, try it. I will roll and then stand like this on the foreground. Mein. So he's like, okay, do it. So that was a very, very, when you're young, you're so full of imagination. And if you get a teacher who says, okay, do it, he never said no. Yeah. So that was like really great for me. I could just be anything because I'm not a human being. I could be anything. So that gave me a lot of, that really made me interested in acting and as well as theater.
Okay.
Then I went on doing more and more work.
So you mentioned about co-actors. So you have worked with SRK also in Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na. So how was the experience?
I think he's the best. I'm a diehard fan of Shah Rukh. So Shah Rukh Khan, I was already in love with. I had already seen Fauji, and I was like, he's the man. And then I was doing Hamrahi serial. फिर कुंदन का फोन आया. The cameraman of Hamrahi suggested my name to Kundan for sister's role, and Kundan called me and I met him and he said, so we are casting for a film and we were looking for Shah Rukh's sister. So I like, I'm sorry, I can't do that role. She's like, why not? I said, because in acting, eyes tell the truth, and you will read it in my eyes that I have no brotherly feelings for him. I am totally in love with him and I don't want to be his sister. So he said, no, that's okay. Acting to acting hoti hai. You'll be very good for this role. I said, no, I don't want to. I want to play his heroine. So he said, but you're very young. You're not old enough. I said, okay, I'll come tomorrow and I'll meet you. And I go next day to meet him. And I wore a dress. I curled my hair. I did a lot of makeup, lipstick and everything. And I went to this office and I said, now? And he said, sister. I'm like, oh shit. Well, I played the sister. And my love hasn't changed for him. So if everybody says, whenever they say you were so good as his sister, that means I really acted well. Because I don't have any feelings for him. Then, and it was really lovely working with him. He was very caring. He was very, he was lovely. I mean, till today, I remember after many, many years, he was shooting for Ravan. And I happened to be on the same set in the same studio, and I knew that there's Ravan ka shoot going on, and I went to meet him. I just went to see, okay, if I can say hello to him. So he remembered my name and he said Sadiya, and I'm like, oh, you remember my name? He's like, of course. You haven't changed. And I'm so starstruck when it comes to Shah Rukh. So all I could say is like, and you are as handsome as ever. Like, why did I say that? But yes, it was really beautiful working.
I have just one question. Like, you met him at the very early stage of his career itself. Okay, when he was just about to become the star that he is today. So that time, did you see any kind of, something which is very different and special? That, now we see him.
See, now after that, I didn't work with him, but I keep seeing his interviews. I can only say that he has, there was something special at that time also. There is one thing in him which makes everybody love him. And I don't know what it is. You just want to love him. You just want to care for him. You just want to pray for him. And it really comes from the heart. And I think today we can say that he's everybody feels that.
True,
चाहे
true. Very
कितनी
true.
खराब कहानी हो, कितनी भी खराब फिल्म हो, लेकिन शाहरुख खान अगर है तो बस काफी है, सिर्फ उसको देखने के लिए लोग जाते हैं. तो उसके अंदर कोई कोई जादू है उसके अंदर. मतलब he definitely has a beautiful heart, at least when I, whatever my experience says. Beautiful heart, very, very cooperative co-actor. He makes you feel very comfortable. And since I was the youngest on the set, then he used to make sure that I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty, I'm not sleepy, taking care of the youngest artist on the set. So I think that's what makes him special.
Okay. So let's talk about the movie, your movie which just got released, The Great Indian Family. Please tell us more about it.
Great Indian Family. I know Victor. Victor called me and he said, मैं film बना रहा हूँ. It's a family-based film and it'll be great if you can be a part of the family. ऐसा कुछ बहुत ज्यादा करने के लिए नहीं है, but if you can, I said, yeah, why not? One reason, it was a lockdown. It was shot in 2020. It was the end of 2020 and lockdown was going on and everybody was just feeling hyper, staying in the house. So that was one good break. I said, chalo, I'll be able to get out of the house and work. And all the actors like Manoj Pahwa, Alka ji, Kumud Mishra, I know them. So I thought, okay, great. I know them. They all are friends and it will be great fun. So that's how the film happened. And we shot. Only actors were allowed to go back home. Entire unit was staying in hotels.
Okay.
We were wearing masks, only removing it for the shot. And everybody being a foodie, so we had lots of food. I mean, everybody put on weight in that film. So it was great. It was fun. And the film definitely deals with a little heavy subject, but it was not shot in with a mindset that it's a heavy subject. It was very lightly done. Also because all the time on the set, we were having fun, mostly. So that's why it was never like, oh God, we're making some statement. No, we're just having fun. And this is something we have observed around us. So we're just talking about that.
So how was your experience working with Vicky Kaushal and Viral?
Vicky Kaushal is very sweet. He's very sweet. He comes from theater background. He's done some theater. In fact, people he has done theater with, I know them. But I've never seen him on stage. But he's a learner and he's very hardworking and he's very real. Okay. He's never a put on. He's never behaving like he's something else. He's a normal person. Yeah, that's what I liked about him. That's why, not knowing him at all, when I was doing this film, I'd never met him before and he'd already done a lot of stuff and he was already a star. But on the set, when we did the first scene, we never felt that we are working with a star. He was just another like actor, co-actor, who had definitely he's the protagonist. तो ऐसा कोई फीलिंग नहीं आया. शाम को जब सब खा पी रहे हैं, मजाक कर रहे हैं, he is there, part of all the महफिल्स. So he's very easy to work with. He makes you feel very comfortable. He's never behaving as if he's somebody special and he's the hero. No, never.
Okay. So you have spent decades in this industry, okay, cinema, Indian cinema. So if I ask you, what is the process for you to choose a script? Okay, what do you see in a script before you say yes to it?
I feel the role which they're talking to me for is definitely should have something to do with the main story.
Okay.
It should bring little change because of this. This character should add or subtract from the story.
Sure.
Then it works for me. Then the character works. Then the character is not just there, is doing something. And at the same time, so this definitely, if the character is playing a part in the main story, then definitely the character becomes the role becomes slightly challenging. Also, I feel if something, a kind of a character I have never done before, then also I feel, oh, I would like to do something like this. then definitely the director counts. You read the script has to have all the challenges.
True.
The director definitely counts because he's the final authority on how he's going to project the character. I'm going to play it, but if he tells me no, 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 not this, not this, not this, and because the actor is there to make the director's vision come to life. That's all the actor is doing. So his vision should match my vision.
Of course.
Then it's a great working experience. I could see his mind and I agree with his mind, and see, I will bring it to life. Then it's beautiful. Like Farida Mehta is one example. I did Kali Shalwar with her, and I did not know her. In fact, she auditioned a lot of people for the film, and I gave the audition. And I remember when I finished the audition and I was coming back home, and I was thinking to myself that even if I don't get the film, it's fine, because today I had a lot of fun. And that fun was only because me and the director were on the same plane. So that feeling for an actor is really beautiful. Of course, after that, I
Sure.
got the film and I did the film with her, which went to a lot of festivals, and it is running on movie. So yeah, if that happens, director is important. अगर डायरेक्टर मुझे नहीं समझ सकता और मैं डायरेक्टर को नहीं समझ पा रही हूँ, तो फिर वो थोड़ा अधपका सा कैरेक्टर बन के रह जाएगा.
Okay, so मैं आपको अगर पूछता हूँ from television, you have seen television, okay, then
Yeah.
cinema, and अभी हम लोग what we are seeing is OTT. So do you think the audience has evolved, or like there are a different set of audience for these three mediums itself?
Television, definitely मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि even the generation is changing. अब television अब जो देखते हैं वो I think grandmothers and maybe some remote parts of India mothers are watching. But the generation has changed and they are watching a lot of things on Instagram, on YouTube. So it's become quite global and they are ready for new stuff. So OTT is playing a very important part right now. Cinema is still star driven. If you don't have Shah Rukh Khan, then I don't know how much the film does well on a big screen. But definitely OTT is a platform which is safe, and you can have varied kind of stories. So it actually there is a range of audience it works for. Even television, like there is Hotstar, there is Sony Live, where you can have television sort of stories which can run up to, I don't know, season wise, many more
True.
seasons. पर ये अच्छा है कि जैसे टेलीविजन में, खैर जब टेलीविजन रूल कर रहा था तो ग्रेट था वो. फिर बीच में वो थोड़ा सा जनरेशन चेंज हुई तो उसकी ऑडियंस चेंज होने लगी. ओटीटी में बस थोड़ा सा ये कि इन द बिगिनिंग ओटीटी वाज इट्स लाइक जब आपको आजादी दी जाती है तो आपको समझ नहीं आता आजादी का क्या करें. तो वो बहुत ज्यादा उसमें like sexual content was happening, and so it was also becoming a problem. Like in the beginning, I was getting offers for the roles, and they were always saying, okay, there's a bedroom scene, there is a kissing scene. And so I was thinking, like, actors who don't want to, not comfortable with something like this, what are they going to do now? So now I think it's settling down. They have had that flair, and now they are also concentrating on the content. Like, you don't have to show a bedroom scene unless it is really, really important. So that thing is coming in now. So OTT is definitely a great platform in today's times.
Okay. So you have won the IPA award for Balika Badhu. My question to you is, like, what role does this kind of award play in an actor's career?
First thing, you feel good that your hard work was appreciated. And then I feel people start approaching you for more intense and complex roles because they think you can deliver. So that is one good thing. But I feel as an actor, whenever I am doing a character, if it is more challenging, there is more fun to do it. And I think most of the actors, I feel, we don't work hard to get the award. But if we do, then it feels great. And it's very difficult to get satisfied. मतलब मैं शूट के बाद भी घर आके I keep thinking कि यार ऐसे कर सकते थे, उसको मैंने ऐसे क्यों किया. I could have just looked at this dialogue, this word, not at this word. Anyway, वो unsatisfied हमेशा रहती हूँ मैं तो. I never, I don't like to watch my shorts also. I'm like, no, I won't like it. So you decide. I will go with the director. That's why I need a good director to work with, because I want director to decide if this take is okay. Because for me, it'll never be okay. I'll keep trying. So yeah, award play is a good part, but it should not be the only motivation, and it should not go to your head. Yeah.
Okay, Sadiya ji, please tell us about your upcoming projects.
There is a film I've done with Rajat Kapoor, which is going to come. Everybody loves Handa.
Okay.
So it's an ensemble cast and shot last year. So it's now complete and is about to be released.
So my last question to you, okay, what would be your advice to the aspiring actors?
My advice would be, there are a lot of people who come to Bombay to become actors, but they basically want to be, they look at the glamorous part of being an actor. They want to be famous and have that lifestyle. Great, good, you come. But I feel training is really important. I was never trained. I started very spontaneously, but also because somehow maybe I had it and I could do it. Also, I worked with very, very good co-actors and good directors. So I got my training while I was working.
True.
But training is important. They should get training. And while they're getting the training, they should also ask this question to themselves. Okay, is it really that I want to be an actor? Or is it something else which I have? Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you are a producer. Maybe you understand cinema from a very different angle and you want to produce films. And maybe you want to be a line producer. You know, line producer is a very, very important job. And we don't have any training for that. We should have some training for that also. So I just feel, keep your mind open. Maybe you are an actor, but get the training and keep your mind open. Just don't keep going for auditions blindly. You know, be aware. Be aware. Maybe you have some other talent in you. Maybe you are an actor. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're something else. And everything is creative. Ye field to creative hai hi. But there are a lot of other fields which are also creative. So, and I feel human beings are creative beings. They love creating, and that makes them happy. So, but find your field. So don't be scared of कि मैंने तो actor बनने का सोचा था और मैं नहीं बन पाया. It's all right. When we are very young, we want to be so many things. I wanted to be a detective. But I thought, okay, my mother is a psychotherapist, I'll become a psychotherapist. But I always wanted to be a detective, and I used to love reading detective stories. James Hadley Chase तो मैं एक दिन में एक किताब खत्म कर देती थी. And Nancy Drew, and I just wanted to be a detective. Till today, thrillers are my favorite genre of films. I love watching them. Ask me riddles, I want to solve them. If they are murder mystery riddles, then okay, I want to solve them. So, but I didn't become a detective. Till today, I sometimes think कि मैं करूँ क्या अभी भी training. किसी detective के साथ apprentice में बन जाऊँ, and I also want to solve some case. I want to meet some CBI officer. So I have that feeling. So it's okay. What you will be finally is what your aptitude is for that thing. So be open-minded. Don't be blind. That's all.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sadiya ji. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you so much for taking out this time for us.